Alright, so this is a trade recap. So a Thursday, Friday for Forex, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday for crypto. Now, starting off with crypto, we'll start off with Solana. So looking at Thursday, so when is Thursday? Okay, as you can see right here, we're on the 5 minute, right? So like I said, we trade the manipulation of the first session and the continuation of the second session. Now, if you mark out this price swept exactly, well, that is what we want. But if you drop onto the 3 minute, there was literally no change of character at all. Like bro, no change of character. Like as you can see right here, this was our high and never did a change of character. So pretty much, if I forced a trade, so where would I force a trade? So if I forced a trade right here, that would have been a loss. So that was one loss that we managed to not get. Alright, so that would be Thursday. Wait, so this is also Thursday. Well, as of for this one, actually this was Friday, yeah. So this was Friday. Now if we go back to Thursday, starting off with Asia. Well, we can look at this one right here. So Asia high, price swept. Never did I change your character. Same goes to this one right here. Never did any change of character. So pretty much this was an invalid trade, so we didn't enter on that. Now moving on to Saturday. So this would be Saturday, yeah. So as of moving on to Saturday, as you can see right here, so price swept, price swept down here, but never did a change of character. So it makes the price super low probability, and yeah. But if you look at this one right here, like I said, we trade the low, we trade the liquidity sweep, we trade the sweep and the continuation. Now, so this would be, our London low or whatever. We can mark this out, or you can mark this out. And also you can mark this out too, because this is also our drawn liquidity. But we're still not going into this trade because it's I think 1 a.m. in my country, so there's no way I'm staying up that late. Okay, so price swept here. So as you can see, you can't see that change of character yet, so we drop to the 3 minute. So we drop onto the 3 minute. Let me just remove this right here. So we jump onto the 3 minute. Price broke structure here, and change your character right here. Then once price show us that it wants to reverse back to the upside, now we look for the confluence. So this would be our fair value gap, all respected, our order block respected. Let me just mark this out. So our order block respected. Now we drop on the lower time frame because we are trying to look for another change of character, because that is how I trade, right? So I would have longed here, because I change your character right here, price moves back down. I would long here, bro. I would long somewhere here, and you also get sweep out. I would have gone swept out, but still though, our bias, it is still a bullish bias. But like, for crypto, I'm not gonna lie, I think on Saturday, I have no idea, but like it would have been better if I have a rule. If I trade on what like the weekend, I would extend my stop loss to the fair value gap, the order block, the whatever. Yeah. So, but who knows? I'll just document it and I'll just rewatch everything later. Yeah, so that would be for Solana. What else? Well, pretty much that's it. Not many trades a day in that 4 day, except for this one. But we still would have gotten swept out if we entered. So pretty much one trade in 4 days for Solana. So pretty much this is also the same for. Uh, Let me just mark it like. Just mark it like this. So this would be Thursday. Now if we go into the lower time frame, right here, we can mark our Asia high or previous day high. And we go into the 3 minute. We find any entry. Well, this was news, by the way, so it makes it a bit lower probability. So broke structure right here. Now we jump into the 1 minute. Well, if we jump onto the 1 minute, price will still be kind of hard to enter, as you can see right here. So this would be our fair value gap. We could have entered right here with our stop somewhat around here and target a 101. But still, though, if I were to enter that trade, I would somewhat target this, because this is our newest liquidity. So still would have gotten stopped out though. So that would be a loss. Where else? Well, Ethereum, no trades for this one. Actually, yeah, there is a trade for this one, but a change of character, that is good, but like, bro, come on. Yeah. Now if we go into the lower time frame, so pretty much price, regardless, it did a change of character right here. Change right here. But still though, there was no displacement nor a order block, a fair value gap, if whatever. So pretty much no trade for that one. And where else? Wait, actually, there is a trade, but still the trade would have been a loss. And the thing is that I wouldn't stay up that late either, because I don't trade that late, otherwise it's probably going to fuck up with my psychology. So I would put up my stop here and target a 1 to 2, but still though, price was not going to hit that, and it would have still been a loss. So yeah. Let me just remove all this. So Ethereum, 2 losses, two losses, but we could have mitigated by not trading, because first of all, news, we're not going to trade that before or after, because it's not worth it. And as of for that one, we're not going to stay up that late, because that would be around 10 p.m. So pretty much it could possibly make the trade less high probability. Now, moving on to this one, as it is happening right now. Okay, so 3 minute, 5 minute, whatever. So 3 minute, do we see anything? Well, absolutely not. So we're just going to move on. Oh, we actually see something. Where else? Actually, no, we don't. So this would be, break of structure right here. And never did any change of character, because I'm waiting for price to break this one to indicate that price went to reverse. So never happened. Now moving on to Bitcoin, BTC USD. Oh, so this one right here on Sunday. So price swept, and price swept Asia high, and what What the fuck? The fuck is up with this? Yeah. So pretty much price swept, price tapped into this our order block, but it never managed to like come down and retraces back up. So yeah, it sucks. But what else? Oh, another trade right here. This is also the same, for our Asia session, price swept, broke structure or reversed, you know, never did a mini changer character right here except for this one, but it was still a bit too far, so I was still not entered though. Except, hold up, I would have entered. Why? Because look at this. Price swept. Price swept did a 3 minute change of character, and then price, tapped into our fair value gap and broke structure to the downside with the fair value gap right there. And we're just gonna enter right here. Put our stop somewhat above this one. And where do we target? Let's go into the 15 minute. See if there's anything we could have targeted. Hold up. Where was it? Bro, what the fuck? I think I lost the trade. Oh yeah, here. Well, we could have targeted here. And somewhere around here, this would also be our draw. So that would be a 1-2. So still a W though. But pretty much after that, there's nothing else we can trade. Now let's move on to Forex. But I think I'll record another video for that.